We're going to read a book about Texas today. It's called The Armadillo from Amarillo. Do you see the armadillo right here? He's riding on the back of an eagle. An armadillo from Texas wondered, where in the world am I? What's out beyond these tangled woods? What's out beyond the sky? So Armadillo packed up his things and left his home behind. He headed off on a northeast course to seek what he could find. Look at that beautiful field of flowers. I think those are bluebonnets, which is the state flower. Look at here's Armadillo right here. And he's ready to go on a trip because he wants to find out where he is. He wrote a little postcard. It says, Dear Brillo, high and warm regards from your cousin Sarsaparilla. I laid my head and slept today on a bluebonnet pillow. Love, Sarsaparilla. So that's Armadillo's name is Sarsaparilla. He traveled to the nearby city of San Antonio, and from the top of the highest tower, he saw where he might go. But Armadillo still wondered, where? Where in the world am I? What's out beyond the prairie grass? What's out beyond the sky? He's in San Antonio right now. Would you like me to read you the postcards? Dear Cousin Brillo, I crossed the city and climbed a tower using tooth and claw, and looking down and all around, this is what I saw. Love always, Sarsaparilla. Dear Brillo, here in San Antonio, there's an old fort called the Alamo. It reminded me that long ago, Texas was part of Mexico. That's true. So Armadillo followed the river past twisted oaks, through ancient juniper trees, shared by warblers, vireos, and Carolina chickadees. Look at this beautiful forest. All the trees. Can you see Armadillo in there? Sarsaparillo, the armadillo. He's kind of hard to find. Here he is, right here. You can tell he's holding his little bundle while he goes on his journey. Let's read his postcard. Hello, Brillo. Today I shared some cheerful words with a wild turkey and other birds. Some are endangered, very rare. There aren't very many anywhere. That's why it's so important that Texas saves this habitat. Most sincerely, Sarsaparilla. The landscape changed dramatically through woodland, towns, and plains. Armadillo explored canyons and walked through heavy rains. He walked for weeks and came to Austin, continued west and north to Abilene and Lubbock. He hiked and sallied forth. Look at how different that looks from the forest he was in. Do you see Armadillo right there? Shall we read his postcard? Dear Brillo, I much prefer the night to traveling during the day, so sometimes I look for a cranny or nook to sleep the sun away. Love, Sarsaparilla. Armadillo often along the way climbed up to higher ground. He scurried up the canyon walls and stopped to look around. How different were the plains above. Flowers went on for a mile. Armadillo decided to settle down and stay there for a while. Look at all the flowers and the canyon. Do you see the canyon up here? Wow, that's so beautiful. And look at the steer here, the longhorn steer. Shall we read the postcard? Dear Brillo, I'm near Amarillo. The land is cool and flat. It's definitely an inadequate armadillo habitat. I'll be the only armadillo who lives near the city of Amarillo. But Armadillo still wondered, where in the world am I? Perhaps I'd have a better idea if somehow I could fly. One day he asked the golden eagle as she came breezing by, what can I do for a bird's eye view from up in the big blue sky? Hop on my back, said the eagle. I'll fly you wide and far. And then you'll see eventually where in the world we are. Upward and upward the eagle flew. Armadillo held on tight. With my tail tip curled, I'll explore the world from morning until night. Do you see the armadillo is going to go for a ride on the back of the golden eagle? Let's read the postcard. Dear Brillo, except for the canyons like this one here, this land is flat, flat, flat. And an armadillo near Amarillo should wear a scarf and a hat. Armadillo looked down below and asked, Where in the world are we? We're over a prairie, and in the distance, that's Amarillo, you see. We have flown over the prairie, we have flown over a town. Amarillo means yellow, my dear little fellow, and the prairie's all yellow and brown. I see Amarillo, said Armadillo. Could we see all Texas, though? And if we fly higher up into the sky, could we see New Mexico? Or if we fly higher up into the sky, could we see the entire earth? Well, certainly, surely, if you hold on securely, we'll try, cried the eagle with mirth. Do you see them? They're going to fly up high in the sky. Amarillo's a city? Asked Armadillo. To this, the eagle replied, Yes, Amarillo's a city in Texas, the state where we reside. And Texas is in the United States, our country wide and dear, on the North American continent, which is on the earth, a sphere. This sphere is called a planet. Of nine, we are just one. And as we converse in the universe, these planets turn round the sun. Armadillo held tightly to Eagle's neck, afraid of a long, long fall. From over his shoulder, with the air getting colder, this is what he saw. They flew so high up into the sky that Texas they saw below, the part they call the Panhandle, and the state of New Mexico. With my tail tip curled, I'll explore the world, Armadillo said to his friend. Through the clouds they twirled, in the wind they whirled, and up they were hurled again. And when they looked up, they could see into space. They'd flown up into thin air. It's hard to breathe here. I'd like to leave here. Eagle, homeward let's repair. We're very high now, said Eagle, on the edge of air and space. The atmosphere's ending. We should be descending. But what a remarkable place! They're going higher and higher. There must be a way to fly higher up, bringing some air aboard. Perhaps we should travel to Cape Canaveral, Eagle said as she soared. As they spoke of Cape Canaveral, the rocket launching place, a shuttle took off with a roar of fire and headed out toward space. Eagle had a brilliant thought and whistled a happy tune. Let's hitch a trip on this rocket ship and fly up to the moon. With a burst of speed, the eagle flew in the path of the rocket ship. It took her and Armadillo aboard and continued on its trip. Do you see the space shuttle? There it is, right there. Wow, they're going up high. Would you like to go on a space shuttle? The higher they flew, the farther they saw Louisiana and Arkansas. And there were some other countries below. They could see Cuba and Mexico. The spaceship then zoomed so high up that Armadillo could not tell where a country began or ended, or where its borders fell. The Earth was now so far away, so very, very far. I'm wondering, said Armadillo, where in the world we are. We're out of this world, said the eagle to the armadillo, her friend. 10 miles from Earth starts the universe right at the atmosphere's end. They are so high up now, they can see the whole Earth. From space, the Earth was a big round ball with swirling clouds of white against a deep blue background like the blue-black sky at night. Planets shone around then, reflecting star-like light. In that silent room, floating in the dark, they traveled through the night. Do you see the space shuttle? Right there. They're inside the space shuttle. Before then was Earth's silver moon, a white and glowing sphere. They hovered there, floating in thin air over craters with no fear. And as they watched in wonder, the Earth rose on the horizon. They sat and gazed at the far off home, watched Earth set and Earth rising. Armadillo said, I'm homesick. Hey, Eagle, let's go back. Let's go back down to our yellow town, away from this blue and black. The rocket began a downward arc, then flew over land and sea. The adventurous pair flew through the air to their home by the yellow prairie. Do you see? Here's the moon. Here's the Earth. And look it. You can see Armadillo and the golden eagle. They're going to go home now. He'd wondered where in the world he was, and now Armadillo knew. He said, I know where in the scheme of things I am, Eagle, thanks to you. I now live near Amarillo, a city that's rather small, which is in the state of Texas, one of 50 states in all. In the United States of America, the country of my birth, on the North American continent, in the world, on planet Earth. In all, there are 9 planets, and Earth is only one. And as we converse in the universe, 8 planets besides this one warmly, hotly, coldly, coolly revolve around the sun. And you can see all the postcards that Amarillo or Armadillo sent to his cousin. They went on a fun adventure, didn't they? That's it for Armadillo from Amarillo.